How could they? How could Azium and Diapraea be so rash? Have they forgotten the sacred words of the Symphonia Ithikos? Words that they have vowed to uphold to the death? Following some misguided notion, these cousins of yours have decided to declare war on each other, in direct violation of the commands of Poseidon and the Symphonia Ithikos. Neither will listen to reason, and the other rulers of Atlantis are growing nervous, fearing that the war may soon spread to other kingdoms in Atlantis. So, in defense of the continent, which will surely be devastated if the cousins aren't stopped, an army must be sent to quiet Azium and Diapraea.
Yep. So this is the Twin Kingdoms War, and this is the final mission in the Enlightenment in the West adventure. In Poseidon Massive Atlantis, all we have to do is conquer Diapraea and Azium, basically easy enough. Have a population of 4,000, we've got like 9,500, and just build a temple. Okay, so that's not too difficult, so let's head to the city. Colony Monument, fine, we'll just save straight away on this, and I don't think we really need to do too much. We are selling sculpture off here to Sajuuk, which is fine. We're importing plenty of urchin, and we will lose this trade route to Diapraea now. Who else are we trading with that gives us fleece? We get fleece from Tikal. We've got plenty there. Quelled also sells us fleece, and they buy marble. Let's just have a look. They sell fleece and buy marble. Now, how much fleece can I get out of Quelled? I can get the same amount. I can even sell orichalc there. So let's just stop importing from these trade routes, and we're not going to do that. In fact, since we've got such a big supply of... Wait, who's this? Tikal. Delete that, and we're going to replace it with Quelled. We're going to import fleece from there. We'll sell marble. And we'll also just sell orichalc since we've got so much of it in stockpile over here. Got so much. In fact, we can use this opportunity to put back the 2 refineries we destroyed. We'll just sell orichalc again since we've got a trade route that will buy it, and it buys other things. It's not like Atlantis where the only thing we had them for was orichalc, we didn't need them for else. So that's okay. We could trade with Chakal, but I don't see the point. They buy sculpture, we don't produce that. What we do, we sell it to someone else. Yeah, so we're just going to lose Azium and Diapraea very shortly. We'll just speed time up, actually. Okay, Azium becomes rival, blah blah blah. Diapraea becomes rival, that's easy enough. Pyramid goal. Why does that say pyramid goal is no longer satisfied? We don't have it. Trade. Quelled gives us free fleece, basically. Temple to Olympus. Now, where can I just slot this in? I can. Just slot it in. There, so go and build that. That needs black oh god, I'm going to need a trade route of black. I'm going to need marble, wood and orichalc, and I also need someone that sells black marble. Now, out of all of these trade routes, I bet you anything I need to get back. Oh no, I can get black marble from Tikal, so let's just import black marble from there as well. How much does it need? 40 fleece, so not too much. I don't think any of these other trade routes that we've got import black marble, they just buy it. That's fine, so we'll get that built. This needs artisans guilds. We'll just put them in and get going. So I will go and send out troops to go and conquer back these 2 because that's all we need to do. In fact, we could just send them right now. Let's just take another save. I always save at the beginning of a mission and then after we're about to do a task. So we've got all these houses back up to estates. That's perfect. So let's just go and send a bunch of troops to go and attack here. We'll just send our navy as well. Like so. Off you go. Send the troops. They will succeed perfectly fine in that. There they go off in their chariots. Got plenty of troops. Everything's going to go swimmingly. So what's happening over here? All of our cities stable, which we need to see. We can at this point dump down an extra one of these just to boost them. In fact, let's just get rid of that. We don't want that because I don't want these messed up. So they'll go and build off. That's plenty of marble. There's tons in stock. Plenty of wood's getting imported. Black marble's coming from there. We've got so much marble in this. I mean, we have leveled. In fact, they're starting to go over here now. We're not even going into this. They're just leveling it all off. So yeah. I'll just let this run and I'll come back in, I think, not too much into the mission. So we'll just speed this up, watch the monument complete very quickly, to be honest. We're importing fleece out of Coelho now. Black marble from over here, that's fine. This shouldn't take too long. That's finished really quickly, actually. Invasion of Azium crushed. Oh, what a shame. Well, never mind. The invasion was crushed. That's fine. I sort of expected that, but we've knocked down loads of shields off of them, so that's okay. Now, at this point, you do need to, because Diapraea was the only source of fleece, you do need to be trading with your colonies over here. So if you didn't pick these colonies, you're screwed. Well, you would have picked one of them, so probably Copan, no, not Copan, Coelho. You'll need Coelho or Tikal to be selling you fleece to make up for the loss of Diapraea. So we'll just speed this up. And yeah, I'll just keep going and attacking the other cities of Diapraea and Azium. I'll come back in once each has been conquered. Well, we're getting notified that Azium's going to launch an invasion. This Temple to Olympus is doing fairly well. We're getting all the black marble we need out of Tikal, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just waiting for my troops to recover, because we don't have all charioteers left, so I want to make sure that they're all fully stockpiled back up. They're getting access to chariots now from the chariot factories. Yeah. So they're doing not too bad. We'll just bribe that invasion away, we don't really care. Land invasion, what is the point? I mean, come on, can we just put these troops, actually, these things into place and try and attack them anyway? Attack. Oh look, oh wow, that is actually really good. Wow. That is actually really strong. What the hell was that? It was like, I don't even know what that was. It was, carry out repairs. Oh, the button to carry out repairs takes them back to their base. I remember way back in Athens through the ages, sorry, that I was using send crew home to send them back when I shouldn't have done that, but never mind. But never mind, that's okay. So, troops will build back up. Very, very slowly, I think. We've just got a few more to convert over. Yeah, so well, they'll all build up. So, yeah, I'll let this run. I'll let these rebuild again. And I'll come back in if anything of interest happens. Well, here comes the usual tribute crap, fleece and all that from there. But this is almost done, this Temple to Olympus, so that's pretty good. We've got a little bit of black marble stockpiling here, but I can just sell that off to someone that buys it. I think there's someone that does buy it. I also had to stop... Yeah, there it is there. I also had to stop selling sculpture to Sajuuk because someone asked for a large supply. But there we go. The Temple of Olympus is now complete. It reaches towards the home of the gods. The residents of your city are proud of your artisan's achievement. Look at that. That looks so nice. So now all I have to do is get rid of Diapraea and Azium. I mean, this mission is so short. It's just build this and conquer some people that you probably prepared for in advance anyway. So not too difficult. I'm just waiting for these to stop to stabilize again because they're not stabilizing as well as I'd hoped, and these are taking forever to produce chariots, which doesn't help. So yeah, pyramid goal has been achieved. So I'll just let this run. I'll come back in once I've conquered Azium and Diapraea. I'll come back in for Azium once I've because what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my attack against Diapraea first. Just simply so I can knock them down to a couple of shields and I can defeat them in one go. So yeah, I'll let this run, I'll come back in when we're about to finish the mission and the adventure. Okay, this Atlantean fire is insanely strong, I can tell you. Carry out repairs. They're not damaged, but this is just a way to put them back there as if they are. Yeah, they're all undamaged, but that Atlantean fire is really strong. I thought I just might as well come back as we obviously failed to defeat Diapraea, but we've knocked down their shields quite a bit. These shields are recovering very quickly despite only having a couple of coins. Meanwhile, trade is going on fine. We are literally emptying out Coelho every time, so we're not getting as much fleece. They don't seem to want to go to Tikal for some reason to get their fleece, but never mind. This horse ranch I had here was always empty, so I've moved it over here just to sort of boost the supply. We don't seem to be recovering our troops very quickly though. If I just have a look. We've only got 6 more to convert, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them off. And they should defeat Diapraea. Like so. And yeah, we'll just send them off. Just speed up time. I don't even need to cut this off, to be honest. There's no point. These gifts that Fleece from the tribute are actually very helpful to me from Quell, so I like the fact that we are getting those gifts. They are sort of supplanting the limited stock that we do seem to have. Armour was also trickling away as well, as was sculptures. We have deleted one of the sculpture studios just to sort of save on that. Getting plenty of bronze, and Fear needs olive oil. Some of these requests that have been coming in are quite annoying, but Diapraea has been conquered. Diapraea could take a large gift of marble. We have insane amounts. And actually, there was a comment I made in a previous mission. I couldn't remember where you find out the data of how much you've got. It's all here on this panel. So we have something like, what, 78 olive oil, 108 marble. That's just stupid. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of marble. All of this is still going fairly strong. We're stockpiling it all quite well. We are going to finish this mission with 350,000 drachma. That's a lot. So we'll wait for the victorious soldiers to return. Just wait for the gift to Diapraea to succeed. They're paying tribute of black marble. They were an ally, now they're a vassal, which is slightly different. But I'm not going to trade with Diapraea, I don't think. Wine stockpiling nicely again. In fact, Diapraea only buys marble, so we'll just put that away over here out of the way. It doesn't matter where this is. We could just import fleece again from there. Might as well put it here then. This has got a supply. This has got a supply and all that, so that's all fine. Diapraea grateful for marble. Let's just keep them fairly on side by giving them yet another gift of marble. There we go. So sell off marble there. And the amount of trading we've got going is insane. We just have a big huge amount of them coming in. And I think we've actually maxed out the number of trade posts we're allowed. Let's try. Yeah, you may only have 10 active peers. So we've actually maxed out this entire city for its trade. And the cities I'm not trading with don't buy anything of use. Chakal buys marble and sculpture, but we're already selling that to other cities. Atlantis only buys orichalc. We could do that to Coelho. And Menesis buys wood and black marble, things we can't produce, and the other stuff we can import from elsewhere anyway. So that's okay. These are all the trade routes you require. You don't need these free, so it's okay. Now that thingy's fallen, we'll just send off our troops again to attack Azium. That's the place. And yeah, we'll just come back in once Azium has fallen, because that's all we have to wait for now.
The war between Aziz and Diapraea is over, and they have been whisked back to the city of Atlantis, where Atlong will make sure that their differences are resolved before he allows them to resume leading their kingdoms. The soldiers of Autok performed quite well in the battles, a remarkable feat considering their lack of experience in the ways of war. Hopefully, no other Atlanteans will ever have to know the cruelties of war.
Well, let's hope not, but that is the Twin Kingdoms War. We pretty much conquered Diapraea and Azium, and we can now proceed to end the adventure.
All is well in Atlantis. New specimens from the Mayan colonies arrive every day and are prominently displayed in the Museum Atlantica, much to the delight of Atlanteans everywhere. Autok is a booming center of commerce, and traders from near and far come to the city to ply their wares. And after years of being at odds, Aziz and Diapraea have finally resolved their differences. The Symphonia Ithikos is upheld, and the world is at peace.
It absolutely is, and that comment about Autok being a booming centre of commerce is so very true. We really maxed out that city of trade. We got 9,733 people to end that off, so let's head to new adventure. And that was the adventure Enlightenment in the West. The next adventure is Life in the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean Sea is the final frontier, what people live along its shores and what resources can be found to enrich life in Atlantis. You're going to have to find out what happens in that adventure in the next part, because we have ended Enlightenment in the West. I'll see you next part where we'll start the first mission of the next adventure. Bye now.